Hi friends! Want to check out what I ordered from Sephora's most recent holiday savings event? If that was a yes, well then hi! I'm Alicia, thank you so much for clicking on my video. And if you are returning, well thank you for visiting me again. Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves things, all movement and beauty. If you want to check out what I do in between the makeups, head over to my Instagram. If you want to check out my virtual class schedule, then please sign up for my newsletter down below. The box just came in today. I did pay for expedited shipping, which bumped up my total. Totally fine. I wanted to keep it under $200, and I posted my checkout list on YouTube's community board to say that I wanted to just keep the budget to these 5 items I ordered. I have a very hefty tech wish list, okay? New laptop, Apple Watch, and iPhone, and all that fun stuff. So I couldn't go ham on the Sephora sale if I wanted a new laptop. It's just one of those things. Overall, however, when browsing through the different new products offered at Sephora, there wasn't a lot in general that I felt like I needed to have. I can make an argument for anything I see on the site. I need this for that, or I could use this for that. But in the end though, I was just getting fatigued by the excess. So I decided to purchase the products that held my highest interest. And although the sale does go through the 15th, I am working on not being swayed to put in another order. I just want to keep it to these items. Okay, all of them will be linked down below. This is a first impressions cracking into. I'm not going to do a deep dive on the items here. I am planning on doing separate videos for the Huda palette and the Natasha Glam face palette. All the other items I'll try on camera. Of course, all time stamps will be down below. If you just want to skip over to a specific product, then please go right ahead. I'll see you during that part. First product to present is Farmacy's Clearly Clean. I was a big user of their Clean Screen, I believe it was, Melt Away Cleansing Balm. That had a fragrance which I still used, I think 2 or 3 jars, but I was transitioning into using less fragrance in my skincare routine. And when I found out they created a version without fragrance, I was very excited because I actually do love the cleansing balm formula. It's very silky on the skin, it breaks down quickly, and to know that Farmacy made a version without the smell. I love how they have grooves for the spatula on the jar insert. And I actually just want to do a quick little demo swirl. So here's the texture. Oh yeah, that feels amazing. No fragrance. It doesn't even smell like, you know how no fragrance things could have a strange non-scent? And it's so silky smooth. Ooh, I can't wait to use this later. Very excited about that. This might have to be a repurchase. Next product up, we have the Saie Sun Melt Bronzer. You know what? I have a ton of bronzers. Right now, my product of choice for a cream bronzer step is Danessa Myricks Balm Contour. Overall, the shades are warm, although a contouring product, so I don't mind the undertones there. And of course, LYS's bronzing powders, but it's been a while since I used an exclusively formulated bronzing cream. I picked up the shade Medium Bronze, suggested shelf life of 12 months. How much product are we getting? 30 milliliters or 1 ounce. Not too bad. Here is the jar. We have a twist off lid. Doesn't smell like anything. Here's some dewness. Let's take a swatch. Ooh, that's smooth. There's some shine to that, yeah? But I like the texture. The texture is very silky. Let's make this uncomplicated. I will put on a little makeup now. I'm just gonna pull through my RCMA palette and slap on some Shinto. Did anyone order the Lisa Eldridge foundation? I did. I ordered shade number 22. I watched her foundation video and I think I still stuck to 22 because looking at the swatches on my haul video, I felt that the other ones would have been too light. Well, we shall see. You know, the return policy did say if a product is lightly used, you can return it, but Lisa Eldridge will not not her personally, but the brand will not cover return shipping costs. So those are the conditions if I choose to, of course, return the shade. But I think I nailed it. Using my Ray Morris brush, this thing. I forgot to present this as a favor for October. Well, I guess I'm gonna present it for November. I mentioned a bunch of foundation brushes in that video, and I totally forgot this one. This one is fantastic. Why not a little brow? Just a little brow. I could have purchased more Benefit items from Sephora. I thought to wait for Benefit sale. I'm sure they'll have one. And if the most they'll do 20% off, then fine, I'll get it off Benefit. But if they happen to do more, then I feel it'll be worth the wait. All right, brows are on, but you know what? Why don't you come in a little closer? That's enough. I won't set the RCMA because I like the texture it leaves behind. Therefore, we'll go straight into the bronzer melt. What is this called officially? The Sun Melt. Sun Melt in medium bronze using Masonergy Jumbo Base. And just tapping that onto the hollows. Ooh, I'm feeling bronzed all right. Nice texture, pretty easy to blend. It's pouncing on nicely. I like the color, definitely on the warm side as suspected, considering it to be a bronzing product. Very smooth on the skin, and the dry down, I think because I am applying it on top of the RCMA, it feels very natural in finish, almost satin-like, and experiments will ensue. This might have a different dry down if maybe applied on a different foundation, on powder. So there are several variables left to explore until I have a final verdict. But right now, I love how it looks. I'm putting on my light because there's a strange shadow at this time of the day, and with daylight savings, you know, 2 p.m. right now in November is quite different than July. So don't want to catfish y'all by turning on some artificial light, but I didn't like how I was appearing in this viewfinder with the natural light. I hope you forgive me. Here's a close-up of the texture. Very nice so far, very nice. Again, this is a first impressions. I'll continue to use this thoroughly. I'll take notes simply because I'll forget what I've done in terms of like what foundation I used it on, what powder and all that stuff, just to keep track. So if I do bring this product up again in a future video, I'll have those references. Okay, up next, Natasha Denona. This made quite the debut for the holiday savings event. It is currently sold out. I only bought one. I know people bought two. I get that I review makeup. I understand, fam. And I know I probably could have made up the difference in all of yous watching my AdSense. I get that also, or even using my affiliate links. It's just for me the excess. Like, I did not want to buy another palette that I felt like I wasn't going to use as much as the dark version. The light version looks beautiful, and I know my skin tone right now, I could get away with both. I know that. But it just seemed from, especially when I saw Charlotte Hallcroft. Hey, Charlotte! But shout out to her. When I saw her video, she only had the dark palette, and I loved how it looked on her. I'm like, I'm not even going to bother with a light palette. This is the first face and eye palette we have from Natasha. She has released face palettes in the past, the big mama ones with the 6 large pans, and she has smaller ones with the small large pans. The glam concept first debuted with her mini glam eyeshadow palette, and then followed by the midi glam palette that I think released 1.5 years ago, I forgot. And now we have face and eye in one palette. So this was very exciting, and people jumped on this, especially since they had an opportunity, if they were eligible for the Rouge discount, to get a little 20 off that. The construction of this palette is absolutely gorgeous. You have like this, what color would you classify this as? Like a copper, a mirrored copper with the raised and indented lettering here on the front. You see the fingerprints already. The size is perfect. This is great for travel. The mirror, it comes pretty nicely edge to edge here. You have a flap to protect the cream products. And is she also releasing like a new formula? I have no idea. We got the cream blush and the Star Glow. Let's start off with the cream blush first. And again, I'll be more than happy. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. To do a more in-depth video going into, oh yes, formula, the inspo behind, because I'm such a nerd for that stuff. Now we have the eyeshadows. This is the outer corner, which, you know, you don't necessarily have to apply on the outer corner. You could do what you want. We have the transition shade, which is a warm terracotta. Oh, that's pretty. We've seen these shades before. I know. It's nice to have them in one palette, and it's just nice to have shadows that blend well and that are really easy. This is the deep bark shade. Ooh, I like that. Inner corner, shiny, shiny. This is definitely swatching deeper than how it looks in pan, for sure. Here it looks like it's going to swatch as like a silver, and it is giving you a taupe, okay? A nice, cool taupe. And the last matte we have in the palette is the shade, a medium one, like between these two. So here are the shades for the Glam Face and Eye palette. Of course, I gotta try this cream blush. Natasha loves to use sponges, but I don't really. Going back into my jumbo base and tapping that on the cheeks. Oh, that's pretty. I know I overdid it. I know. This is the product that wooed me the most. I was gonna skip on the Glam palette altogether, fam. I was trying to be as practical as possible. But this shade intrigued me. I was like, I need some of that. Okay. Natasha's cream blush formula has gone through some evolution. She had like a more moussey texture from her Bronze Glow palette, but this I think is more consistent with her originally released 6-pan glow, what is it called, the diamond blush palettes. This consistency feels like that. It feels tight in the pan. When you swirl it in the pan, it feels tight, but once you get it on the skin, look how smooth that is. It blurs on its own. It almost feels like a hybrid of a cream and a mousse. So it feels like a cream in the pan, but it glides and blends like an air-light moussey texture. It's quite extraordinary. And you see here, the color is completely effortless. I love how it just diffuses. It doesn't look heavy on the skin. It blended beautifully with the sun melt. Very nice combination. Now going in with the Star Glow, I'm just taking my finger and I'm whoops. This was what I was afraid of, because you see head on, it has a little bit of a shadow. Since this palette is suited for medium to deeper skin tone, that is a very wide range, by the way, so I understand that. But because I fall somewhere in the middle, I knew there was a possibility that the Star Glow would, well, now that I blended it out, is not as prominent, but when I turn, not bad at all. I'm gonna keep it higher on this side. I definitely went a little ham on my right, your left. This is also low key in terms of the shine. It's a little more subdued than other powders that I have applied. Perhaps that is something that you're in the market for, that it doesn't look super shiny intense on the skin. I actually gravitate towards those types of highlighters, especially if I'm filming for teaching, because I don't want it to look eccentrically shiny on camera, because it could look a little out of place. But something a little more calm, like the Star Glow, I think far more appropriate for me to wear for those circumstances. Very nice. Whoa, I like that. So I will film a video dedicated to the Face and Eye palette, because I want to get into the Rose Quartz. This palette surely has made an impression on me and several others. People are going crazy over the Rose Quartz palette. The last Huda Beauty palette I purchased was New Nudes. That has been it so far. And just from the looks of the videos I've seen and people's feedback, we really like Rose Quartz. 24 months suggested shelf life. Oh, I didn't tell you where the Natasha Denona palette is made. Italy. And Huda's palette is also made in Italy. I almost skipped on this palette, but I could not stay away. This is a fantastic concept. You can clearly see it in the design. It captures the quartz stone in a way that jumps out at you. Very nice. Oh, wow. Look at these shades, fam. Oh, we got the Petri dish shade, the famous Petri dish shade that I guess didn't make a great impression in the Naughty palette, but Huda decided to bring it back. But what really compelled me to look further into this are these marble swirly shades. I was like, wow. And also the color story. I love me a Mauve v Rose based on how much I freaking love Natasha's retro palette. This not quite the same. I feel retro overall is more burgundy. This is definitely more mauve, grayish tone. I mean, you got more like a violet feel in here from the specialized shades. I want to dip into Lovestone right away. These look like pearlized pebbles suspended in a gel base. So that's what the color looks like when everything is swirled together. And I think that's quite nice. I don't believe it's formulated to be as intense as its neighboring shades in here. It's more so like a gloss. I don't quite know how I would apply this if on its own on a bare lid on a primer, so I will have to research that. I also like how the actual palette construction mirror of it, the hinge goes all the way back, and this is it's a very big mirror. I like that a lot. Now let's go into Quartz. That looks really pretty. One of the marbleized shades. That's nice. It feels very smooth, very shiny. Okay, Cosmic Love. Let's see how that looks. Oh, Cosmic Love matches my nails. That's more of like a, ooh, I like that too. I think we're looking at a duochrome that has great shine. And the piece de resistance, Moon Magic. This was the one that I think people were like, oh yes, very shiny indeed. Wow, that's lovely. One of the duochrome shades, I think beautiful on its own or on one of these. Okay, well, you know we gotta do a demo, fam, so let me slap on some primer, okay? Me trying to apply primer on my eyes at once. I don't know how it's going, but I guess I'll find out. What should we do first? I want to get into more of like these grayish tones, Precious, Serenity, like Princess Serenity. Radiate looks fun too. Let's see. Radiate, Precious. This is Radiate, this is Precious. Radiate has more of like a lavender tone to it. Precious, we're looking more of like a grayish lavender. Heavier on the gray side. Let's do Precious. How about that? I'm going in with my Wayne Goss Edit Brush in 5. Let's do this side first. I know I'm very warm on the cheeks and I'm going in with the cool shadow, but that's just, you know, it's for the video. Maybe a little bit of Serenity now because that was more of the like lavenderish shade. So I'll place that on the inner part of the eye. I like that. Mantra. I think Mantra could be something. I'm going to tap that on the outer part of the... Yes. Very happy to see this darker matte really latch on. And it's not disappearing. Although I am using a shader type brush. This is my Tuxedo brush. That's not designed as a typical blender crease brush. But I like to use a shader brush to apply the deeper shade on my outer corner first and then lightly diffuse the edges to ensure a really intense placement of color here on the outer V. I'm going back in with my Wayne Goss brush to just blur the edges. I like the tone a lot. It's still holding on to its plummy feel. It didn't muddy up, so I very much appreciate that the colors are maintaining their identity despite me layering them to death. Let's pull Mantra on the lower V right now. Actually, let's start building this up. What are we gonna put on the lid? Well, you know, we could go with empowered, we could go with abundance. This is not the only video, excuse me, you're gonna see rose quartz in. I'll definitely come back and do more looks. I want to try abundance, which feels to be a regular metallic. Oh, but that's nice. Very creamy, applies well on the lid. Beautiful shine. Excellent product pickup. I mean, I'm just grabbing a brush because I need to spread it out, but plenty to go around on this lid. Oh yes. How about a little bit of empowered? I just want to place that on the border right here. Oh, I like that. And you know I gotta go with Moon Magic. I think this should be our standout inner corner shade, or it could have been our topper. Why not? Let's just place it here right on the center as well. Oh yeah, that's amazing. Great with the brush. If you want more, definitely go in with your finger. You'll pick up more product. And I like how these are layering. You know, it doesn't look crumbly on the lid, but do be careful. If you have texture on your lids, you might have to be a little more conservative with how much product you apply, right? The more product you apply on your skin, higher a risk of it looking heavy and more textured. However, I do think you can get away with at least one metallic and a light application of the Moon Magic shade. It's quite nice. Now we got to do something fun on the inner part. I'm looking at Blissful. Blissful looks to be like another duochrome. Oh yeah, I think this is the one that has like that almost rose base with a silvery blue flip. I like that a lot. I could only imagine how lovely this will be on its own, or even layered on top of another metallic in this palette. That's eye number one, and since we went in with the more grayish tones, maybe we can do more of the rosy tones. I kind of want to go more pink though. You know, yeah, let's do happiness. Let's see what happiness is giving us. Definitely more of like a truer medium pink, as you see. I do appreciate the variety of hues in this palette, as I think it is a great selling point, and why people bought it was because you have the pinks, but you also have the mauves, and you have the more gray lavender tones, and they all work together, right? I think what ties them together is their more dusty, mauvey undertone that they all possess, and that's definitely the through line I feel for a lot of these shades, or all of them, quite frankly. Now with Aura, I'm gonna tap that on the outer part of this lid. So this is not going to give us as much smoke as Mantra is, but Mantra doesn't necessarily have to serve as your outer lid shade. It could also be your smoky lash shade. So maybe you'll go in with Aura on the outer corner as we are here, and then you can use Mantra to add a little more intensity on your lash line. And I love that combination. We have different eye looks, but similar vibe. You know what I'm saying? Now Aura on the outer lower. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Kind of want to do Cherished, this lavender here on the inner part of the eye. Ooh, that's bringing a little more of a pastel feel to the look. Could also be used as a brightening matte color on the inner corner. Okay. Cosmic Love, this marble duochrome shade. So see that it's more blue, but it definitely works. Although I would really have liked, hold on, I wiped some of it off because I actually want to see Joy. I know, or even Self Love. Self Love is this marble shade here. Oh, that's pretty. You know what? Let me still do Joy. This metallic here on the corner. Place that Actually, let me use my finger because I have a lot more surface area to cover. Yes, that's very pretty. Not that you can't invite more of the blue or purple shades with the pink. You know, I just want to make these two eye looks distinct just for the demo. And now with Self Love, I think this to be a great highlight shade. Place it right here on the inner corner, more of an opalescent feel. And now for the lower lash line, I mean, we could do a lot. We could do Abundance, why not? That's a little darker, but you know, it's more plummy. Still, I feel can work here on the lower lash line. Otherwise, you can just go in with Aura, the shade we applied here on the outer corner. That could work also. Taking my little Bishoto brush with Mantra to see if I were to just apply this on the lash line, how much of an impact it will have on the overall look. Meaning, would I need to go in with a pencil first and then apply the shadow for it to actually show? But I think I am proving to be successful in placing it on top of Aura and it showing up. I totally messed up because my application skills are a little questionable today, but if I didn't want to use a liner but still wanted more intensity on my lash line, then I can use Mantra for like a little smoky wing. Not bad at all. Out of curiosity, I want to try Love Stone, the Petrija shade, on like the tops of my cheeks, because there is a highlighter that is the exact same formula as what's found here. It's more like a glossy type of a thing, but if maybe you don't want to use that on your eyes, you could just use it on your face. Why not? It doesn't translate as well. I think you just get the gloss, but it's very hard to pick up the actual color that the pearls are providing, if any. You still get shine. You know what I mean? So why not just use that on your face? All right, eyes are done, but we have one more product to share. The Patrick Ta mascara. Now, yes, I did have the Patrick Ta blush palette in my basket, but I didn't want to wait till midnight to get it. And by the time I put in my order, it was 6 a.m. around that the next day. Miracle that I was able to grab Natasha's palette, but unfortunately Patrick's palette was out of stock. I don't know if I would grab it because I'm so happy with what I've tried just now, and the fact that I have the, I keep saying Saie, but if that's the wrong pronunciation, please let me know down below. I will do that product justice when I mention it again in the future. Endy with Natasha's palette. The face products that I have now, I feel work wonderfully, and although the Patrick Ta blushes look amazing, and I've heard just incredible things about it, I don't know if it's necessary right now. Do you feel what I'm saying, fam? Because I love the fact that I have blush, highlighter, and shadows all in one palette. Whereas with the Patrick palette, I just have blush, you know what I mean? So hypothetically, when packing everything up to go, whether it be Maddie's house or Bay's house, I will have to pack that palette. Technically not bronzer, because it seems that one shade in the bronzer is maybe not a bronzer, because it seems that one shade in the palette looks like it can serve as a bronzer, but then you'll have to pack a separate highlight, whether it be a cream or a powder. And if you want to do eyeshadow, you have to pack your eyeshadow, whereas you have your highlighter and shadow in the same palette with the Glam one. Lashes are curled. Let's take a look. Okay, the official name, Major Volume Mascara. Here's the component. We're looking at a rose mirrored gold. I've been using Pat's Dark Star Mascara alongside the Clio Professional Kill Lash Mascara. That has been my go-to combination. Let's see how this does on its own. We're looking at very highly bristled spoolie. Let's take it through. I think I heard great things about this mascara as well, if I'm not mistaken. I don't quite remember what are the standout characteristics of this mascara, but as of now, it feels pretty good on the first application. Although I do much prefer a mascara that has been used a few times. You know, you gotta get a little bit of goopiness and stickiness, I feel, to get more of that curl, that volumizing effect on the lash. So a new mascara is not particularly my favorite, and that goes for a lot of mascaras. Let me apply some on the lower lashes here. Oh god, messed up. I believe when I was watching one of Patrick's videos in trying to decide if I wanted this mascara or not, I think he meant for this to be formulated, sorry, I saw I need a little bit of blending, to be like a softer false lash effect. Not a super dramatic one, but more soft. Now that I let it sit for a little bit, I'm going back in with a second coat so I can get a little more lift and product. Not bad at all. I like it. I do. I'll keep using it because, again, I need to kind of give the mascara time to like settle in. BK Beauty's Inner Beauty. A little bit of sweet tea. Alright, here's a close-up of both eye looks. And here's a wider shot of both eye looks with all the other products on the cheeks. And that is my Sephora Holiday Savings Event haul. I don't think I'm gonna get anything else. I just love what I bought. I thought about it. I edited my basket over and over again. I added things, took things out. And these were the products that interested me the most. And I did my due diligence in watching videos about them, just finding out more about them individually to kind of ensure my decision and to confirm my suspicions about them. Like, oh, I really like this color store. It looks to be really good. It's like, oh, they like it too. Okay, type of thing. And great first impression of rose quartz. I cannot wait to dive in again. I'll film a dedicated video to cover the swatches, all of them, and also to give you a little more insight about the different textures that exist in rose quartz and Huda's inspiration behind it, and also more looks for you if you happen to have purchased rose quartz, or maybe you have shadows already that resemble these and you need a little more inspiration. You know, that's okay too. Great cream bronzer. I cannot wait to use more of this, especially now since we're getting into the winter time and my skin is feeling a little drier, so I happily invite a cream product into the mix, especially if it's this tone and this texture. I'll keep it on for a few hours because we're gonna melt all this off with the Clearly Clean. Can't wait to use this balm, and of course I think I will still do a roundup video, definitely individual video of rose quartz, of a glam face palette, and I think that's about it. Let me know if you purchased anything from Sephora, if you're skipping, if you're waiting for other brand events. Keep a lookout for those because it has begun, fam. The sales and all the emails that we have already started to receive. I'll see you in the comments, fam. And until then, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And until then, I will see you in here again with another review tutorial, haul extravaganza, a little one, monthly favorites or vlog. Take care, and I will see you again soon.